Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Yeah, I'm here, freaking Raj of Columbus. Let me know if y'all can hear me fine, please. That's important to me. So, all hail God Emperor, God Emperor Bill. Wow, that would be awesome if I was God Emperor Professor Bill. Would I actually have to be a giant sandworm though? Because I know Raven gets that joke. It's a Dune joke. Um, I go Star Wars. Get out of here with that weak crap. Actually, no, my kids would probably love freaking Lego Star Wars. Oh, did you all check out my Instagram by chance? Go over and check out my Instagram. Yesterday, I did it. The thing I said everybody I was going to do. I'm sitting down. It's just me, my two sons, and my cat. We're sitting down and we're watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time. They have watched the Star Wars A New Hope 5 times with me over the past month. 5 times. They practice it. They got like their toy. You see all my lightsabers, right? I got a couple lightsabers, right? I got a couple in there too that I actually play with, but these are just my hang up ones. So I'm out there hanging out with my with the kids, and every so often they'll play with the lightsabers. One will be Darth Vader, one will be Obi-Wan. Excuse me. And it's like, okay, and then Daddy's gonna be Luke Skywalker, and I'm gonna go like that, and then I'll put my sword up like this, my lightsaber up like this, and then you go like this and kill me, and then I'm gonna fall down. And like they do this, they keep on reenacting that scene. It's so inspirational to them, and like it's at the point where when they start yelling at each other and fighting each other and all that stuff. Um, what do you call it? I'll just say to my kids, be like, whoa, 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 whoa. You guys got to stop getting angry. You guys are acting like Darth Vader. You got to act like Obi-Wan, right? And they're just like, yeah. It's like, you're being like Darth Vader. No, I'm not Darth Vader. No, we're good. And like, they try to be good. It's like, don't. No, I'm not really teaching the saber forms yet, but if I do, it's going to be form 3. They got to learn that protection style first. And in general, they're just kind of doing form 1 right now, where they're just like, ah, ah, ah. They ain't trying to deflect no lightsaber blasts, you know what I'm saying? But I want to teach them the defensive stuff. Then we'll get into form 4, where we start jacking some people up. We'll work our way up to 7. The Mace Windu stuff. I got my purple lightsaber right over here. Which one is my purple one? Let's see. This one right over here. This one's my purple one. Or I could just be like, shh, hey. Oh, this one locks. Shaw! Hey, Reggie Simmons, what's up? You rock too, Reggie. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Oh, much appreciated. This is the kind of stuff that keeps me active, keeps me going. Less likely for my wife to be like, okay, seriously, another podcast? She's just like, yeah, 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 go to the podcast. Go do your thing. Oh, man, they do have all the cool lightning powers, but they don't have the healing powers. Plus, there was something recently. What was it recently? Somebody said that a light side user of excuse me, a dark side user of the Force was able to become a Force ghost. Oh, because that's the thing with um Anakin. I'm like looking at on the left side are all my Star Wars figures. Somebody made a comment to me one time just recently. I try not to read the comments so much anymore because sometimes comments are so out of left field. It's like, dude, what are you even freaking talking about? But I got like all my DC stuff all over this wall right here, and it's not even half of it. It's not even a quarter of it. But I got all this DC stuff over here, but everybody only sees my Marvel stuff behind me. It's like, dude, I got Ninja Turtles there, wrestlers there, a couple of Transformers because I can't fit all my Transformers, and here's all my DC stuff over here. Oh, and I got a Predator over there with some of my Star Wars stuff. Like I got toys, man. I got toys. The only thing you guys see is the Marvel stuff. If only you could see the DC stuff. That's why I always reach over here and I grab all the Captain. Oh, sorry, Reggie, my bad. You know what? You know what you need? I think you need what's. You know what? I think it's time for Let me see. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Mr. Miracle's trying to fall. Don't, don't. Stay there. Okay, you stay right there. Here, you know what? Everybody gets a dance, so here you go. How about some Cyborg's gonna, what does he always say in the Teen Titans? Booyah! Booyah! Oh no! The arm's supposed to come off so that it can trade up with some weapons, and it came off. Booyah! Booyah! Not booyaka! Booyah! There we go. All right, so we got we got the super chat dance. So let me put Cyborg back up there. Anyway, so I just think it's so funny. I think it's just so funny. If you will your things to stay up, they will stay up. Yes, I must use the fourth. The Force. I heard that thing about the Sith and the Force Ghost Professor. Yeah, like the dark side users are not supposed to be able to become Force ghosts, and that's the thing that remember what Obi-Wan said, become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Like that's the thing. That's the really cool stuff. So yeah, forget about it. Forget about it, right? So anyway, yeah, I always teach my kids this stuff. So anyway, uh, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, sitting down. No, it was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, sitting down. Nobody came home yet. My sister-in-law is staying over. My wife was still out at work, and they were both coming over. And we were just sitting down, me and my kids, and we just watching some Empire Strike Back. I was like, "You guys want to watch Star Wars?" We just watched it yesterday. I was like, "Are you getting sick of Star Wars?" No, just maybe. I don't want to watch it right now. Maybe later, like meaning tomorrow or something like that. I was like, "What if I showed you a new Star Wars movie?" They're like, "Wait, what?" I was like, yeah, the one you always watch is actually technically nowadays called A New Hope, but we can watch one called The Empire Strikes Back. They're like, okay. I plugged this in and they freaked. Oh, I was like, you got to be careful. Like, Darth Vader is really evil in this one. He's killing all of his friends. I'm like, what? It fascinated them so much they can't wait to watch it again. But we had to watch Aquaman also, and that was long. We had to watch that in two different segments. But I got that DVD, and because I don't have HBO Plus or whatever that thing is called, so got the DVD and we watched it in two different segments. The first half and then the second half. Yeah. Anyway, because a lot of work. So, oh, speaking of Star Wars, look what I got. Walmart exclusive here in Canada land. I got the dark excuse me, the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker when he walks into Jabba's palace. I am so like it's not even numbered. It's not even numbered. Love this. Love this. I just got it today. Oh, and something that came in the mail. Anybody talking about? You don't like DC? I got my Blue Beetle. Uh, this is not Reyes. Not Robbie Reyes. What the heck is his name? Why am I forgetting his name right now? Like I got freaking Robbie Reyes, the Ghost Rider, in my head. Oh, come on. I say his name all the time. Anyway, it's the DC Icons version. Somebody, you know what? I bet you Raven will mention it. But he's got his wings. He's got two different guns that he can hook himself up with. I'm going to make him a sword that he can use also and paint it blue. Like, dude, my man. I'm so ready to pop that puppy open. Jamie Reyes, thank you, Jamie. My God. Oh wow, Terrence was first. What's up, Terrence? Castonguay? I probably butchered your name, and I'd like to apologize in advance for that. So anyway, Corey, the mood on Titan season 2 is very strong and positive. Really? Well, crap. Now I'm gonna have to check that out. All right, fine. I'll check it out. Um, Secret of Nymph. I never, this is going to sound weird. I never watched the original Secret of Nymph. And my wife is a little weary of those because like we watched Labyrinth because I love Labyrinth and uh, play that for them. And she was a little bit freaked out. Some of the scenes might be a little bit scary. Like when those little creatures start taking off their heads and throwing them back and forth, like, we're going to take off your heads now. It's like, yeah, they were a little bit freaky. But all right, y'all are saying that Titan season 2 is good. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out. Today, I got to go and Mississauga Fan Expo. I'm a little sad because Hamilton Comic Con is on right now, and I forgot about it. But the Mississauga Comic Expo was on, so I went there and I hung out. I got to hang out with Marcus Toe. That was extremely cool. He was the artist for X-Men Blue. Um, Beautiful, amazing art. He's also doing something else. What's he doing? Crap, he's doing something. I think he's drawing for X-Men again, one of the upcoming series. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. Um, Very cool artist. He's been in the field for like 15 years. So yeah, that was really cool being able to hang out and talk with him, shaking hands, and just what's up. It's actually the second time I met him, but yeah, yeah, I'm hoping it'll be fun. Ooh, also met a cop who was I know me and cops we don't get along, right? But I met a cop who makes a comic book for what's this called? Goose? It's called Goose. Um, yeah, it's it's a comic book that was there was a Mothers Against Drunk Driving thing there, and he's going to be making another one that should be coming out next month, talking about mental illness and trying to bring awareness to mental illness, which I think is very, very cool. I love the idea of that. So I'm actually going to try and interview this guy. Also got a hold of a crappy copy of Avengers #1 from Hickman. I also got they had a fat stack of these, my peeps. So I got this. Maybe I can give it away to somebody because I already have my copy, issue #12 of Superman. Oh man, my son saw this and he saw Rogal Zar in there. He's like, "Is that a scary book?" I was like, "It's Superman by Bendis. It's very scary, son." I also got volume 1 of the Why the Last Man trade. I've never read Why the Last Man, so I'm looking forward to it. There was a basketball game outside, and I brought my kids up to, and I was holding them up so they could try and make some baskets to, have some fun with it. And they what do you call it? Pittager. I've got plenty of reviews up for it. But and the one guy looked at me, he's like, "Oh, Why the Last Man? Did you ever read this?" Like, I have not read it yet, but I'm going to, and I do reviews on my channel, so you can check out what I think about it. And the last one I got was John Layman's Chew, Volume 2. I already have Volume 1 signed by John Layman. So I actually, you know what? I don't think I actually posted it. I have a thing that he did back at Niagara Falls Comic Con. There was a panel, and I recorded it, and it was actually pretty good. I learned a lot. But yeah. Anyway, so maybe I got to get around to actually posting that because duh. But anyway, yes. So Chew, Volume 2. So I'm gonna check that out. So yeah, I got a couple of good things this week. Well, today, just today alone. I've got a whole lot of comics that I went through, and I've still got this many more comic books to review. Savage Sword of Conan, Something is Killing the Children, Part 2. I didn't read it yet. Tank Girl Forever. I'm gonna try and read that. Wailing Blade 4, Crazy, issue #1. It's a one shot, and Inferior 5, issue 2 of 12. I still have to read those. Once those are done, I'm going to throw up my bulk review with all my other comic books, including a Guar comic book, because hell's to the yes. So, oh man, gonna love Why the Last Man. Awesome, awesome. Uh, Coffee Breath, what's up? Breck Warren, what's up? Corey, Reggie, Chew was your favorite back in the day? Awesome. Just the way that John Layman was talking about it, what he did with it, sounds hysterical. How the issue 4 was always the one where he didn't know what he was going to do with it necessarily. It was just like a filler issue each time, so he'd always do something crazy. Hey, Silva, what's up? Poor Mike, how's it going? Hey, which part of Florida? I used to live in Orlando. More specifically, I went to Osceola High School, but just for like a couple of months, and then we moved to New Mexico. But yeah, I was Osceola High School, Cowboys, rock on. But I lived in Kissimmee, Orlando area. Griffo, what's going on, Griffo? I haven't seen you in forever. Dylan's comic book rants. Killing the Children 2 was so good. I can't wait. Raven, what's up, brother? Collector123, sup? John Wright, how you doing? Poor Mike, you're in Tampa. Okay, sweet, sweet. Tampa's the place to be, baby. Nice. Sabah, what's up, my love? How are you? I'm currently watching The Dragon Prince on Netflix, loving it so far. A lot of people telling me that freaking Dragon Prince is good, so I might just have to check that out. Mr. DC Comics, Wally West beats X-Men Avengers. That was in Flash Forward #2. I was dying with that. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Oh man. Oh, Live and Die in Chicago, Live and Die in Chicago. I think that's the guy's name. He was like, seems like you got triggered there, bud. No, I get triggered with loud noises, like things that sound like explosions or um, car backfirings, because that's my military background. I get triggered for stuff like that. Nobody likes to make fun of that. That's why I always throw that in really quick. Chris Luedloff, Did the best I could, brother. Did the best I could. Love the content. Love from STL. What's STL? Is that anywhere near STD? What's STL? I'm like seriously trying to wonder what's up with that. Based on Ron Mars comic book, Dragon Prince. Sweet. The GM. Can you review Riverdale? What, the TV series or the comic book? Is there a comic book for Riverdale? I'm not sure. Plus, I've got St. Louis. Oh, yo, St. Louis, Missouri. I was in Missouri, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. We called it Misery because Fort Leonard Wood. We called it Fort Lost in the Woods because it was just acreage after acreage of. I went for my army my truck driving school for that. I got my ACDL, my Army commercial driver's license from there. And yeah, we got nothing but like I just came from Fort Leonard, excuse me, from Fort Benning, Georgia. That's where the infantry train. And we used to call it Fort Front Leaning Rest. Front Leaning Rest is the military terminology for a push-up. You know what I'm saying? Front Leaning Rest position. It's like, one, two, like dude. But yeah, man. So Fort Leonard Wood. Forget about it. Um, Shout out from Oakland. Whoa, Oakland's in the house. What's up, Scott Fitzgerald? What's going on? So have you met Reverend Run? Because honestly, that would be something I would love to be able to like just meet the guy like all I mean, what do you call it? I know they're not all here anymore, but I would love to have seen Run DMC. Back when I was a kid, man, seventh and eighth grade, like Run DMC was everything to me. Like that was pretty much my everything. Right, and then high school, obviously everything changes. I got into NWA because Run DMC wasn't hard enough, But yeah, yeah, that's awesome, man. Just joined the stream. What did I miss? There's a rewind thing there. Oh, poor Mike was in the Air Force but worked on air conditioning. Thank you for. Nah, I don't do all that. Thank you for yours. Doesn't matter what you did. If you worked support, dude, I'm former Army, and in the Army I don't know about anything else, but I know in the Army, um, there's either infantry or support. You know what I'm saying? And us infantry sometimes will crack jokes. You know what I'm saying? If we're called a grunt by somebody who's not a grunt. But for the most part, like we understand how important everything is in there. Like your support for the infantry, even if you're a tank driver or you're firing howitzers, whatever, you're lobbing mortars. Everybody's there to support infantry unless you are infantry. Then you're there to protect, the nation, right? But we we genuinely come to love everybody equally because it's all important. I don't care if you're quartermaster washing clothes. It's important. It's all important. So you're fixing air conditioning. I want to thank you. I don't think I very often had air conditioning unless I was reporting to a captain or higher. But that being said, I did appreciate it because those swamps in Georgia, man, in the summertime, sticky with a capital K. I have an Adidas t-shirt signed by Run DMC. That is freaking awesome, dude. That is awesome. Um, they're making the Superboy actor doing too many scenes showing his bubble butt. Saba said something where she's okay. I'm 4 episodes in so far. Land split where the humans live and the others and the shadow elders live. Okay, the Dragon Prince thing. Okay, that sounds like spoilers. I didn't see that yet, but I am told I have to see it, so I probably will. I don't know when, but I'll try. Referring to the Titans clip on YouTube. Okay. Do you enjoy the Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d. rendition of? Yes, I did. I actually have reviews for season 4 of Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d. That's the one where Robbie showed up, and they also had that brief scene with Johnny Blaze. Whoo! Woo! That was amazing. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it. I'm so sad that the Ghost Rider with Robbie Reyes isn't going to continue on. It was supposed to be on Hulu, I believe on Hulu, but whatever it was supposed to be on, it's not going to be there anymore. I'm really sad by that. I'm hoping everything gets absorbed in by Disney Plus then. You know what's killing me is this whole um, Feige, the Kevin Feige thing. Him being in charge of too much, man, I don't think that's brilliant. I don't think that's a great idea. Like, I think they're spreading him too far, and we definitely don't need that? Batman Year 2, nice. I saw Grandmaster Flash open for the Clash. For the Clash? Wow. Dude, Oh, you know what I would like to see also is Slick Rick the Ruler, man. Like, dude, that would have been great. If we're gonna go back and start talking about the old school, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Yeah, dude, I grew up on that stuff back in the day, dude. KRS-One, what? La 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 la. Listen to my 9 millimeter go bang. I had a Jamaican guy try to get into a fight with me today, which I think was hysterical. I don't know what it is. I don't. Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, you got it. Some Jamaican guy was pissed off at me today. I'm in the mall. I'm in the Square One Mall with my wife is there, and I'm holding both of my kids' hands and 3 bags on my arm. I'm just walking. I'm just walking. You know what I'm saying? 6 minutes. It sounds like 6 minutes of pleasure right there. Ladies love Cool James. LO Cool J, baby. But like this dude, like he lost his kid. He's looking for his kid, and I walked in between him and his kid, and he's trying to move forward, and then he like almost bumped into me. Like, here's this 6'5" guy walking. He just like that. I think he jumped. I wasn't really paying attention, but I think he jumped like, oh crap. But then I guess like his pride got into it. He just started like trying to badmouth me. He's like, you got to watch where you're going. Watch where I'm going. Yeah, they run around. Like I'm trying to be cool. I was like, yeah, they run crazy when they're that age, right? And he's like, yeah, you need to watch where you're going. I was like, bud, this could just be nothing, all right? Go ahead and watch your kid. It's not my job to raise your kid, all right? I just keep trying to walk, and he starts like cursing at me, and like I didn't hear the word bumbleclock. That's what I would have expected. But like he's cursing at me in freaking Jamaican. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So obviously I understand like 1/3 of everything he's saying. I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? I was like, bud, he's like, I'm not trying to fight you, but you need to watch where you're going. I'm like, bud, it sounds like you are trying to fight me. And that would be a huge mistake. I was like, dude, I'm not trying to raise your family. Listen, stop trying to be a tough guy, try to be a daddy. When I said that, his wife looked away sharp. Oh, he ain't getting none tonight because I said that. Stop trying to be a tough guy, start trying to be a daddy. And then he's just like, nah, man, you think you're a tough guy? You think you're a tough guy, huh? Yes, I'm a tough guy, and I proved it in the military. You think you're a tough guy? Go prove it by fighting a bear. I got better things to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, listen, bud, I'm not here to raise your family, but if you want, or I'm not here to raise your kid, but if you want, maybe you need me to raise your whole family. Is that what you need me to look out for your whole family? And then he's just like, he made a move at me like this, and his wife's like, no, that's enough, like that. I'm like, wow, you got stopped by your woman, and you think that you're gonna take me down? Have a good one there, tough guy. And I just kept on walking, like, what is this guy thinking about? What are you thinking about? What do you have to prove, dude? What do you have to prove? I was yeah, the one point I said, yeah, when they're that young, and I showed them I was holding my kids' hands, my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old. I'm like, yeah, you got to hold their hands so they don't run away from you like that. Like, what are you trying to do, dude? What are you trying to prove? That's not even a fight. You're like this, and you got a little tiny baby voice. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, that killed me. That killed me. I should record some of this stuff. Been really appreciating your. Oh, Marcus Lake, what's up? Been really appreciating your content while reading Hawks and Pox. Thanks for the quality insight and breakdowns. Hey, I do my best. I do my best. And yes, hopefully Charlie Cox can reprise his. I want all of them to reprise their roles, especially Daredevil and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Iron Fist has a lot to live up to, man. That dude, he needs to work out and he needs to get better. That's all I can say. They ain't Game of Thrones no more. But how do my kids react to the thing? They were just cool. They just like ignored it. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, yeah, why is this guy trying to yell at my daddy? Like we were just walking. They could tell that I wasn't doing anything. Oh man, I know it would have been so lost if it wasn't for. Thank you, Seb. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna continue. Hey, what's up, Paula? How you doing? Yes, I'm gonna keep on doing all that stuff. I'm gonna try and keep on doing the live stuff every what do you call it? Every week, pretty much. The X-Men book that comes out, and if two come out that week, I'll be doing it for two X-Men books because yeah, like I'm really into that stuff. Like it's really good so far. And plus, like sometimes they're taking ideas that I was using for my game that I'm about to start doing. And sometimes I'm getting ideas from the game, so I will steal from that wholesale. But yeah, Logan is 5'3" badass. I'll pull a Puck roll attack on you. Puck is awesome too, man. Puck is awesome too. Um, yeah, it's all cool, but like when you're going against the Hulk, who thinks that Puck and Wolverine tag team can take down the Hulk, right? I mean, come on. There's rumor that Charlie Cox will be back in Spider-Man 3. Um, I don't understand. What do you mean Spider-Man 3? Oh, because they might do. I don't know if that'll work. You got to remember the Charlie Cox Daredevil. I never heard that rumor, but I like that. That's cool, Scott. Here's the thing, though. That's not the comic book version of um, Daredevil, though. Like that was a very street level Daredevil. That's not the kind of Daredevil that's like throwing up his grappling hook and not grappling, but the nunchaku with the long, the zip line. That's not him where he's swinging around and being able to hang with Blade and Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man would wipe the floor of this version of Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a guy who walks into a room and like he's barely able to hold his own against 10 guys. The Daredevil in the comic books, like only 10 guys? That's all you're gonna do? I know that they're doing it very differently right now with Chip Zdarsky. That's because he got hit by the truck in that previous 5-issue limited series, which broke my mind. But still, yeah, I just can't see like they would really have to amp that up a lot, you know? And but that means they'd also have to do the same for Kingpin, because Vincent D'Onofrio wants more than Charlie Cox to come back. Like he himself, he loves that character. You check him out on Twitter, it's almost every week he's talking about guys fight to get Daredevil come back. You know what I'm saying? I want to come back as Kingpin. I want you to come back as Kingpin too. But if they're going to come back and actually interfere with like the Spider-Man type world and whatnot, they're going to have to step up their strength game. Kingpin has to be able to bench press like a ton or like 800 pounds or something like that, half a ton, something, in order to show just how tough that he really is. Because, like, this whole thing, like, punching somebody and then slamming a car door on their head multiple times, yeah, you're crazy, but you're not like super strong tough. I need to see this guy pushing a garbage dumpster away and, like opening a giant safe door that doesn't need a lock that's almost breaking Daredevil's back to open. That's the kind of stuff I'm going to need to see from Kingpin to believe that Daredevil is up to that level. If I can see that, dude, we good. We good. Oh, heads up. I found somebody to do my podcast with me. It's just the idea of actually affording the podcast at this point because they're expensive. But I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna see if I can't do a weekly podcast where all I'm doing, like, it's not gonna be a live stream like this. And I'm definitely gonna change the name to live stream instead of just podcast, because this is clearly not a podcast. It's a live stream. But what do you call it? I'm going to actually do a regular old podcast. I'll probably videotape it also. I'll make that available just to my patrons. But the actual podcast itself, I think that'd be cool. Just do that and just eventually work my way to trying to get up on iTunes. But I found a partner for it. She is totally awesome, and I think that it's going to be really awesome. Like I saw her again today, and yeah, I think that like she's excited, I'm excited. So yeah, we're gonna see what's what. We're gonna see what's what. Also, she goes to college still. She still goes to university, so there will be times when she'll miss it, and I'll try and arrange getting somebody else in. I'll try and get my buddy Chillmonger to show up. I'll try and get whoever I can, as long as he can show up live for it. Yeah, I'll try and see what we can do. What do you, who do you want your next comic celeb interview, Professor? There's actually, I don't know about celebs, but kind of celebs. There's two people who want to do an interview with me. Well, who have actually made it clear that they want to do an interview with me, and I'll see what I can do. It's just, it's not easy. Like it, setting that up and everything, it's really not easy. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. I was trying to get Richard Pace one day, and he said he would do it. But like the day I asked him a week in advance, he's like, "I'll see what I could do," and then he just wasn't able to make it that week. There's gonna be another one of those surprise ones. I don't like to announce stuff in advance. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, check this out. I try to make this a surprise for all you guys, so that because if I announced in advance, I'm gonna get like a whole bunch of people who show up. Like Donnie, when I did with Donnie Cates, He said, "Do you want me to post this on my Twitter?" I was like, "No, no, 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 don't do that. Like post it later, not now." But he did post it early. So there were like an extra 200 people live doing that I've never seen before, and I haven't seen, well, some of them I haven't seen since. And it's like these are people now, they got to get in and they got to ask all these questions. I'm looking to do this stuff for you guys so that you guys can ask questions, so that you guys can get your 2 cents in and like, hey, what's up with this? What's up with that? And then just turn around and then advertise it for everybody else to come and watch it after the fact. But I want the live viewers to be you guys who are always here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always try to make them a surprise when I can. Um, Apocalypse could be awesome, and in many movies, he could, but they already did Apocalypse. Here's my thing. I think that Feige is going to try and keep all of those characters in the background. For here, Victor Von Doom. Yes, he would be awesome. I hope that they don't do him though. I hope that Feige does Mole Man instead. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be perfectly fine. See Mole Man show up, do all this crazy stuff. Maybe even do something with the Skrulls. Like issue number 2 of Fantastic Four, first appearance of the Skrulls. Speculators beware. You guys already know this. But the idea is that, there's already established bad guys there. So all of a sudden, oh, not all the scrolls are good guys. Look at this, and have something like that. Have something with, maybe that's what it is. The scrolls are doing something and they're tricking the moloids into doing something crazy. And then we wind up meeting the mole man who's like, oh, I heard that you guys are, to the Fantastic Four, and there's this big mix up and things like that. That could be great. Save Victor Von Doom because every single Fantastic Four movie that's come out has had Victor Von Doom in it. It hasn't been great, and I think we need to give Victor a rest for a little while. He can show up anywhere. It doesn't have to be Fantastic Four, but they could just give him a nod in it. They could give a quick, my old roommate. Did something like Reed says something like, "Oh, my old roommate doing such and such." That would be a great one. Oh, I just got my I don't know if I showed you guys. Oh, sorry. So what I was saying before in the beginning of the podcast, just really quick. So when spoilers for a movie that came out in 1980, when my kids and I were watching Empire Strikes Back, the whole, Luke finds out who his father part is. Yeah, I recorded that. I recorded a whole minute of that and put it on my Instagram. So if you guys want to, you can go to my main page or scroll down below. I think I've got my link to my Instagram there. Go and check that out. You actually get to see my kids react to Darth Vader, and all that stuff. Like you actually get to see that, and like it was freaking awesome. But anyway, yeah, I see Rich talking about it. Oh, hey, what's up, J Day? How you doing? Um, yes, Namor in the first film. That could be great also. Namor is one of those characters much like the Hulk, except a little bit more complicated than the Hulk, and that's all that Feige said about it. The thing with the Hulk is that the Hulk distribution rights are owned by Universal Studios. So you can make a Hulk movie. Marvel has the right to make a Hulk movie, but the distribution is completely 100% up to Universal. So Marvel cannot make any money off of the DVDs for the Incredible Hulk. Any DVD that features Incredible Hulk in the title, as the main character there, they can't make any money off the distribution. None of it. They can't make any of it. So I'm not sure if that includes merchandise, if it's Incredible Hulk merchandise. Mind you, having the Avengers featuring the Incredible Hulk, Marvel makes the merchandise off of that. But anything that is stated Incredible Hulk, I think Universal has the right to demand the merchandise rights for that, or at least a huge percentage, something like that. I could be wrong, but they own distribution, whatever that means, outside of just, oh, the DVDs and the digital and the Blu-rays and the ultraviolets and the whatever. They own that. So Marvel will likely never make an Incredible Hulk movie again. Now, Namor is in a similar situation except more complicated. How much more complicated? All Kevin Feige said about that was it's very similar to the Hulk, owned by Universal, but it's a little more complicated than that. So, can he appear? Yes. How? I don't know. But the idea is that they could have him appear in another movie if they wanted to, I think. I think they're still trying to drop the Incredible. um, yeah. So anyway, that's the deal right there. So maybe Namor can appear, and if he can, I think that'd be great, especially with how good the Aquaman movie was. Wow. Oh, and anybody who saw the movie in theaters, you remember at the very end, Jason Momoa as Aquaman did the haka dance they does, that Polynesian Samoan dance, on top of the destroyed submarine or whatever base that was, in the middle of the ocean. They cut that from the DVD. I was very surprised at that. So I didn't watch the extras DVD yet, but maybe I'll watch that tomorrow with the kids. But yeah, what's up with that, man? They took that out. I know it didn't have a place in the movie, but it still looked great. So I'm like, where'd that go? Anyway, um, is it me or the Instagram link does not work? I don't know. I just go straight to my Instagram, Comic Book University. It's there, underscore in between each word. So are there any characters Disney Marvel don't own? Spider-Man and the entire list of Spider-Man villains, and then the distribution rights for Hulk and the distribution rights plus more complicated for Namor. That's it. Everything else is owned by Marvel slash Disney. Inhumans would be a good antagonist for the FF film. Inhumans have a lot to make up for. So yes, but I think that a second movie would be good. Here's the thing though, Kevin Feige was very adamant about this. He does not care about the Inhumans at all. He doesn't like the Inhumans at all. So that's the reason why it was supposed to be an Inhumans movie. They backed out of it. Ike Perlmutter, of all people, the VP, Marvel, DC, Disney doesn't even like him being called the vice president. They gave him some other name now. So it shows that he doesn't really have that much power in Disney itself, just over Marvel. And it's only because of his contract rights. It's the same reason why they can't get rid of Avi Arad. Ike Perlmutter and Avi Arad came in at the same time. And they're permanently ingrained in there, so they're always going to make something off of these movies regardless. But Perlmutter actually wants to be involved and wants to. I'm like shaking the camera with my leg. Sorry. So he came in and he's like, "Oh, you're not going to make an Inhumans movie? Fine, I'm going to make the TV show." And look what happened. That movie sucked. I was just talking about Donny Cates, and before we went live, I didn't want him to say this. I don't think he was going to, but just me and him talking while I'm setting everything up. I was like, "So, what'd you think of the?" Because he said some. I was talking about the Death of the Inhumans. Like, he's like, "Yeah, they really got to do something with them." I was like, "Oh, so you didn't like the TV series?" He's like, "What TV series?" I was like, "The Inhumans TV series." Like, "What Inhumans TV series?" Like, I think I get your point. He's like, "Yeah, no." Like, wow, he hated it more than I did, and I did reviews for all those. You could see, I kind of liked it at the end, though, man. Wow, that was bad. For an MCU Annihilation, dude, Annihilation would be amazing. That would be amazing. But you know what? The thing is, the Infinity Gauntlet was the big lead up for the first three phases of the MCU. How about the next three phases be based off of Annihilation? Like, how sick would that be, right? So this way, everything could be leading up. Like you slowly start finding out little tiny bits and pieces in after credit scenes at first, end credit scenes eventually, and then pretty soon in the actual movies themselves, you start hearing the rumors, the whispers of Annihilus, right? Eventually, the Fantastic Four movie, when that finally comes out, that really kicks it into overdrive. Like, holy crap. But if that's the case, I'm going to demand that Marvel brings me a Wendell Vaughn Quasar. If not, I'm rioting. It'll probably just be me and a couple friends. We'll probably have as many people who were like dressed up in costume demanding the Snyder cut. That was like 12 people. I counted them as 12 or 13 people. But dude, I'm telling you, I would be pissed if they didn't have Wendell Vaughn as Quasar in that. And of course, then they got to have Nova because otherwise, what's the point? But yeah, I would really love to see an entire three phases like that whole chapter revolve around Annihilation. So the end game and yeah, the Infinity War and End Game could actually be Annihilation Wave, or no, just Annihilation and I don't know, Reconciliation, whatever the hell they're going to call it. That's what I really want to see. That would be freaking awesome. Last Days of Magic arc for Doctor Strange could be fun. They got the second movie out, but it's going to be the dark dimension. So he's going to go in there and find out more about Dormammu. Probably going to wind up meeting up with Clea. That's hot. Looking forward to that. Let's see. Rumors are the big setup is going to be Secret Wars by Hickman. That would be dumb if they're going to do that. Geez, you just jumped. Who said that? Collector 123. And I think that would be kind of dumb to do that right now. Oh, Jack of Hearts. That could be fun, Scott. Um, I think that would be kind of silly to right away start doing the Secret Wars thing because I mean, I guess that could be their way, like of like I got the one book over here, Hickman's first book for that. Um, because you'd have to do the Illuminati. I don't know. It depends on how they're going to do it. But I guess it'd be a good way to bring the new or the mutants and the Fantastic Four, but especially the mutants, to bring the mutants in. Like that could be one way to do it. That could work. I don't know. I don't know. Why hasn't Marvel Comics done a run of? I would love to see some. I want to see Alpha Flight, dude. I want to see Alpha Flight. That was a movie that Fox was gonna do, and I'm glad that Fox got like sold everything over to Marvel before they actually did that, because I don't want to see that ruined. Why hasn't Marvel Comics done a run on MCU based lore pre Iron Man 1? So you're saying the Marvel monsters, right? I don't know. I don't know. Is anyone excited for Black Widow? I feel like after her death, I don't really care. Well, it depends on what they're going to do with it. It depends on what they're going to do with it. I think that we're long past due a Black Widow movie, but like I said, depends on what they're going to do. Eh, I don't know. Is she going to find a way out of death? Do we want her to find a way out of death? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Captain Marvel will find the Fantastic Four out in space and bring them back to Earth. It's probably gonna be a bunch of people hating on Brie Larson, but I think that she did an amazing job in that movie, man. Honestly, if they did Annihilation Phase 6, they could do something to set up Secret Wars in that. Yeah, but then what do they do for Phase 7, 8, 9? um, do you think MCU are going to do Secret Invasion type arc? They could. They could. It'd be cool because, like, I don't like the idea the Skrulls are all good guys. So I could see that those are the good versions of the Skrulls. But even though the Kree are always worse than the Skrulls aren't angels, not anymore. So I would love to see that. Oh, look, there's actually a whole retinue of bad Skrulls. But again, what caused the Secret Invasion? It was Reed Richards and everybody reactivating, rebooting Galactus, so to speak. And he's like, I need to eat. And he decided to go past straight into the Andromeda galaxy to go and eat the Skrull homeworld. Like that was what did it. And it's like, dude, what's up with that? So that's what eventually led to the Secret Invasion. He loves you. They can't kill Taskmaster off of the MCU. He needs to fight other heroes too. I agree. I really hope they're not going to just kill him. The Down Rock Records RK. Love that name. Black Widow movie is a prequel. Yes, it's already been established that's going to be a prequel. The question is, can they make it so she can actually come back into the MCU? Like, does she find a way to come back? Did she have something to do with the cosmic cube beforehand? She'd be like, oh, I'm gonna die, so let me do such and such and actually save my soul someplace. I don't know. I don't know. Um, uh, Alpha Flight would be great with introduction of Logan against the Hulk. Angry Burp TV, I think that everybody needs to see Logan versus the Hulk and The Thing versus the Hulk. I think those are the two fights everybody's looking forward to. Hey, is anybody looking forward to the idea that maybe, just maybe, Logan would actually take off Ben Grimm's face? Does anybody remember when that happened in the early 90s? Um, High evolutionary could be like one phase, and then you find out that there's something more out there. I agree, Raven. High evolutionary is something else out there. But you wouldn't it be cool if the high evolutionary wind up having something to do with Apocalypse and vis-a-vis Mr. Sinister? Because remember, Mr. Sinister and Apocalypse are intertwined, like they hate each other, but one is also the teacher of the other, right? Like Mr. Sinister They were going to do the whole Essex Corporation. You remember the spoilers at the end of the one movie, Days of Future Present, I think it was. They were talking about the Essex Corporation and all that. What I think would have been really cool is if, since they did do Apocalypse, but they didn't do Mr. Sinister, actually have Mr. Sinister in the early X-Men movies, and then have that tie in with the High Evolutionary in the other MCU movies, and eventually have that both lead up to Apocalypse showing up. That that could be sick, right? Um, High Evolutionary could be a villain in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Could be. Very, very well could be. Especially since they were talking about bringing in Adam Warlock, that would make perfect sense. Ferco Arias. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Hi, Professor. Greetings from Ecuador. Big fan here. What's up, brother? Yes, Ecuador. One of these days, I'm going to get to Ecuador. Just, you know, not soon, unfortunately. My wife's talking about taking a vacation in somewhere in the Bahamas. So I guess that's at least in the right direction. One of these days, I want to get south of the equator. I've never been south of the equator, and that kills me, man. Um, David Harbour, Stranger Things, and Bellboy actor is my vote. Oh, for who? Oh, for Mr. Sinister? That could be cool. Shoot. Uh, People want John Cena as Pem Grimm. I don't know. Nothing against him though. Uh, yeah, I think that Michael Chiklis was like the perfect actor for it. They just need better CG. Could be good. MCU, Mad Jim Jaspers. Okay, obviously you are a what do you call it? A fan. Cause yeah, like I never hear anybody talking about Mad Jim Jaspers. And back when I used to listen to other people before I started my own channel, I remember Rob would always talk about, dude, oh dude, you don't know, man, Mad Jim Jaspers. He's like that, like the way he'd always say it, Mad Jim Jaspers. Like, how does he say that without spitting all over his mic? The way that he says it, that's just like I love it. But like he's the only one who I've ever heard talking about, dude, Mad Jim Jaspers, forget about it, man. It's so great. Like, dude, stop. Rep the Rob Core. Hey, Rob Core versus Comic Book University, the Comic Book University alumni. Here's the deal, all right? I'm the tactical one, all right? So he may have the numbers, but we've got the strategy, all right? We've got the tactics to take them down, to set out some ambushes, and all that stuff. I'm just worried about traitors within the party. That's my fear. um, Perfect. Really, that was a perfect Rob. Rob has got the best voice on YouTube. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? He's just got that voice where people are just like, I love Rob. Like this dude could turn straight guys gay. Like that's his voice. That what is it called? The smooth, buttery, silky voice or something like that. That dude's got the best freaking voice out there. Man, if I had that voice, I'd be like, get out of here, Rob. Thank you, Scott. Much appreciated. Um, Maybe if I could build my numbers up to 1 million plus, maybe Rob and I can actually hang out one day. What do we got here? All honesty, I'm not too familiar with Moon Knight. Who are his main villains? The trick with Moon Knight is he just got a new villain with Max Bemis writing his thing, but his main villain is a guy named Bushmaster. Bushmaster's the guy who killed Moon Knight, Mark Spector, and then he came back as Moon Knight, and then eventually um, Moon Knight wound up cutting off his face, cutting off Bushmaster's face. That's his main enemy. If we're going to be doing a Moon Knight, though, and I think Moon Knight would be better in a TV show than a movie any day of the week. He's the kind of guy you have to serialize, not a movie, because his character, like Moon Knight, kills his victims a lot of times. You know, he's got no problems with killing people. But Moon Knight is that guy that he's like Batman, except he's 100 times braver than Batman. Some people might be pissed off at me for saying that, but when I say brave, I'm mixing crazy in that because you know they say there's a fine line between brave and stupidity. That is Moon Knight. He genuinely is crazy. He's got multiple personalities. Each personality has a different speciality. Um, Moon Knight is that guy who he dresses it all white. Why? Because he wants you to see him coming. Moon Knight's the guy who won't dodge a punch. He's like, Takes too long to dodge a punch. Take the punch, you can hit him back 2 or 3 times harder than he hit you. That's Moon Knight. Moon Knight is freaking crazy. That's what he does. And I understand the idea of Bushmaster, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Bushmaster. We're clearly going to see Bushmaster. We're probably also going to see Werewolf by Night. I think it was Werewolf by Night issue number 32. That should be the first appearance of Moon Knight. Whoo, 32 and 33, if I'm remembering correctly. Those were the first two appearances. Then he appeared in like a Marvel Spotlight issue, and then he had his own series. That's where he got the long cape instead of the scarab cape, because he had a scarab cape that was actually attached to his wrist bracers for a while. But then he wound up getting the full cloak. But what the heck is her name? Stained Glass Scarlet. You know what, guys? If you want to, I know that what's his name over on YouTube? I know him. I used to work for him, like for free, volunteer, but not comic historian. Not Benny. What the heck is his name? TV. I always remember TV Little House. I can never remember his freaking name. TV Little House is what he used to be called, um, and now it's Comics Pop. Comics Pop. Those three guys. They always do that. Plus Tiffany, his wife, Tiffany. They always have that one thing every Wednesday, and it always comes to my feed. I don't watch them though because I don't want to wind up like stealing his routine. But I used to always do, and I try to get back into doing spotlights on stories, which is very similar to the thing that he does, where he just talks about a comic book. He'll go through beginning to end, and I try to do that also. But no, not. I don't know if you're talking about me with that or not, but no. Yes, Sal. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Terrence. Um, Stained Glass Scarlet. I think it was issue number 14 of Moon Knight. That's the first appearance of Stained Glass Scarlet. It is an amazing, beautiful story. So if you want to, um, write it on the side or whatever, take a note. Go and take a look at um, Comic Book University, Spotlight on Story, Moon Knight, issue number, just Moon Knight. Spotlight on Story, Moon Knight, Comic Book University. Type those in, it'll bring you right to it. I did a spotlight of that one issue, and it's a beautiful, beautiful comic book. It was actually done in kind of like in memoriam of the assassination of John Lennon. So, and I actually have like a little skit in the beginning on when everybody was reporting on, like 3 or 4 different people reporting on the death of John Lennon, the assassination. And then it goes into the actual comic. I start talking about the comic book itself. And then go out and actually buy the comic book. Because when they do the TV series, I'm positive that they're going to have stained glass Scarlet in there. It's just my guess, but I'm telling you, it's such a beautiful story. She's such an amazing character. When that happens, speculation right now. I already own that comic book. I can't not own that comic book. Um, I think it's issue number 14 of the first volume of Moon Knight. First appearance of Stained Glass Scarlet. That comic book is going to skyrocket. Right now, you could probably find it in a dollar bin. So consider, consider. Bill, have you checked out The Boy? Yes, John, I have. Hey, Hugh G. Shep, what's up? I think I said hi to J Day also. Making donuts. Nice, nice. I made Chick-fil-A yesterday. I know it sounds weird, but I actually found some recipes on YouTube and I got funky and I decided to make my own Chick-fil-A. I didn't have a thermometer for the thing for the deep fry. So I wound up making the breading a little bit too crispy, but I'm gonna rectify that next time, and I'll actually be able to monitor the temperature. Yeah, dude, I made Chick-fil-A, and the family went crazy for it. So there's that. Anyway, so what was just asked? Have you checked out The Boys? Yes. Yeah, I can see it reminding you of The Watchmen a little bit. Yes, absolutely. But yes, I did watch that. I didn't do a review of it, but I did talk about it a few times here. Um, there's this one guy. He advertises. He spends a lot of money on advertising. He's only been out for a year. I can't remember his name right now, but I used to see him with like small sub numbers, small views. But then he would advertise like crazy. He would actually pay for advertisement on YouTube and other places. Because you can always tell when they advertise when the guy's got like no numbers, but he's first in a list. It's like, dude, how the hell does that happen? He's paying for it. But whatever, he's got the money to do it. Cool. And now he surpassed me in numbers. But he's got this series, like all the volumes of the boys in individual numbers. Can't remember his name. Oh, Danny Malt. His name is Danny Malt. So you can find that on there. Um, Without Flash Thompson creating the symbiote, unless it's Agent Venom, we have to have a custody battle to solve that first. Venom in this Spotlight in the MCU. That can happen. That can happen. So, hey, Wolf Warner, where have you been? Where the heck have you been? Gee, and go figure. Like, um, Moon Girl is canceled, and now you show back up again. What's going on, brother? How you doing? I want to read Cyborg comics. Not sure if it's worth it. Where do I start? Okay, I'm gonna. This is the only time, one of the only times that you're ever gonna hear me recommending the New 52. But go and check out the New 52 Cyborg, the whole the whole run, because it's amazing. And that's the cyborg that we have always needed. The rebirth cyborg sucked. I fell off of it and everything. I tried to do reviews for it. I just fell off. I think that's the first comic book I ever fell off when I started doing comic book reviews. But the new 52, that cyborg was amazing. This solo series, go check it out. You'll be golden. Yeah, I haven't seen Sue-Ann yet. Well, it's Saturday. Sue-Ann's got a life. You know what I'm saying? She's got a life. Farrakar Arias, CEO Professor, what do you think of the HBO Watchmen series? Oh, is that already out? I don't have HBO, so I don't have cable TV. I've got Amazon Prime, which I'm actually planning on getting rid of soon because it pisses me off. They've got all these other channels in there that I don't have. It's like, what do you even have that for, man? But anyway, yeah, so I'm probably going to get rid of Prime soon because I can't watch anything on there. They're just advertising other paid stuff. But I do have Netflix, and I have the DCU thing. I have that thing. So I got to watch Titans eventually. But yeah, there's that. Okay, Urban Hermit. I don't think I've ever seen you before. What's going on, brother? I've been reading comics on and off for 40 years, and I respect your overall comics general knowledge. Thank you. That and your ability to articulate that knowledge is why I subbed back around the 900 mark. Look at you, man. And you've just been like hiding in the shadows this whole time. Your ninja skills are very good, but until you can take this pebble from my hand, you will remain a grasshopper. Psych! What's going on? Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Paging Miss Swan. Really, is the rebirth like? Yes, rebirth is canon, but they just tried to replicate what they did in New 52, and it sucked. 80s Cyborg is fun, and he's definitely fun. But yeah, Raven, I really like the New 52 version. Like it was that was when they were like, we need more representation in diversity representation in the Justice League. So let's do it with Cyborg, and that's when they started actually giving him solid solo storylines. Ow, my ear hurts. What's up with that? Professor, have you read Justice from Jim Kruger? I do not think I have because it doesn't sound familiar to me. Breck Warren, Watchmen actually starts tomorrow. Okay, okay. You know what? I think my wife wants to watch she hasn't seen the final season of Game of Thrones. You could spoil all you want. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? But she hasn't. So maybe we'll get the HBO Prime. I don't know. At least until what you call it comes out, Disney Plus, because Disney Plus comes out, I might as well cancel everything else. That's all I'm going to be watching, I think. Do you use Prime shipping? Yes. Yeah, it's actually my wife's account, and it's the Canadian Prime. So yeah, she does that. So yeah, I do the Prime shipping. If I'm gonna ever do something for myself, I make sure I get it over 35 so I get the free shipping. Excuse me, like that Alpha Flight set. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. There's the six-figure Alpha Flight set, which it's Marvel Legends 6-inch figures, and it's like I can't wait till that comes. That should be sometime in December. We'll see. So awesome to see your kids reacting to fight. So you got to see that God Tank. Awesome. Yeah, they are. They couldn't. They're just like what? Like they couldn't understand it. They're 4 and 6 years old, respectively. Um, is that Watchmen show set after the main Watchmen story? I think it's supposed to be. Jeremy Irons going to be Adrian Veidt character. New 52 Batman converted me to this lovely hobby tent. Yeah, dude, freaking New 52 Batman with the Talon and the Court of Owls. I had to look at my mask to remember what they're called. The freaking Court of Owls over there. Forget about it. Oh, Tom King he's not leaving Batman. He got his ass booted from Batman, and sorry if you all love it, but I had to think that of all things, he decided, well, I'm gonna have to end this out, and I'm gonna have to do it with John Romita Jr. of all people. Dude, seriously? Of all people? Like you literally do not want anybody to freaking love your Batman series, right? You're gonna end it with John Romita Jr. Come on now. Who's my favorite hero, anti-hero, and villain? Okay. Um Captain America. As far as an anti-hero, I guess that would be Moon Knight. I guess that because there's not a whole lot of anti-heroes out there. I mean, unless you're going to consider Batman an anti-hero, which you could, in which case I'd take Batman over Moon Knight, and then Doctor Doom, because yeah. But I loves me some Captain America. After that would have to be Hawkman. That's what always freaks like Hawkman, really? Yeah, go read Hawkman, you'll understand. After that, Green Lantern. After that, like Hal Jordan, Green Lantern specifically. After that, I'm kind of starting to really dig on Jessica Cruz. Got to go back and look at all that old stuff. I haven't seen the original stuff. I should. And then after that would be Aquaman. I know you guys are just like, what? The most obscure characters? Yes, I like the obscure characters. um, let's see. What's your? Sorry, what just happened here? You're a very wise and knowledgeable guy, but when it comes to Marvel, what's your strongest point? I assume Captain America. Yes, Captain America. Um, oh my God, are we going to talk Batman cast that was announced this week? Yeah, what's it? Lisa Bonet and not. I got Terrence Trent D'Arby. I can't believe I got Terrence Trent D'Arby in my head. But no, it's I wanna get away. I want to get away. Yeah. Are you gonna go my way? Like, why can I remember all of his songs? I can't remember his freaking name. What the heck is his freaking name? Lenny Kravitz. Thank you, Scott. Well, Scott is on point today, man. Wow, Raven. Got to step up that game, brother. Raven's probably feeling under the weather, man. But yes, everybody's throwing it. Oh, her name is Zoe? Okay. Yeah, so that progeny. She is, so Zoe Kravitz is going to be Catwoman. Um, it's funny. You know, I've got I've got a cousin on my wife's side, gorgeous. All right, she's gorgeous. But whenever she takes pictures, she just looks dopey because she always does that Paris Hilton look. I always say it's like that melted look where she just kind of goes, that look that everybody does now. It's like, dude, please stop. I just think that looks so horrible. It looks so horrible. So yeah, I hate that. I hate that look. But that's the kind of look that this girl is doing now. And I think that Lisa Bonet had that look. Like she had those very tired looking eyes, but God, like Lisa Bonet was gorgeous back in the day, like on the Cosby Show. Oh my God. Please tell me one person who did not have a crush on her because like wow. Wow, she was amazing, right? But now this girl, she's just got that typical look. It's like, dude, if you're gonna be Catwoman like that, I'm just not, meow. No, just stop. That's not you can't always do that. Why? Why? But then they're still apparently sticking with Robert Pattinson on this. Dude, he might be good at this, but like nobody's gonna get out of the like the Cedric Diggory thing is a long time ago. He's Edward Cullen. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's what he is. He's a sparkling fairy. I mean vampire. No, no, no. Yeah, he's definitely a fairy. Fairy sparkle. You know what I'm saying? Um Zoe Kravitz is Lisa Bonet's mom. What? No. Lisa Bonet is Zoe Kravitz's mom, right? What? Like you got that reversed, right? Yeah, Lenny Kravitz is her dad. I loved Lisa in the 80s, was pissed. I guess that ended. Um, Yeah, when she left, but she also did that other one. What was the show that she did? I know it wasn't as popular. It only lasted, I think, 2 seasons. What was the show that she did when she was in college? And it was still she was still that same character. Um, can't remember what it was. Can't remember what the name of that show was. But she had like, yeah, I think it was 2 seasons. So whatever. A different world. Thank you, Scott. Man, damn. Scott is. He's like, I got this, people. I got this. Damn, you scaring me, bro. Um, let's see. They also got, yeah, Edward Nigma on this. Terrence, with the success of the Joker movie, do you think that they will do one on Lex Luthor, maybe him becoming the president? See, if they're gonna do him as a president, I'm gonna need to see the Batman Superman comic book. You know the one where in issue 5, one of the most amazing comic books ever, where Shazam and Hawkman beat up on Superman and Batman. And then they did the whole castling move and they switched. They have that one, dude, it's the greatest scene in all comic books. I don't care. You could fight me. I will win. When Superman, like, and Batman switch, and Batman's like, I'm going to try and take out Shazam. And he's like, oh no, it's a little boy. Shazam. Ah! He gets electrocuted. And then Superman grabs onto freaking Hawkman starts flying over the sky. He's like, nothing personal, and he starts talking. He's like, but I just want you to know before you pass out. And Hawkman's like, before I pass out, listen, man, let me introduce you to the Claw of Horus. All right, it basically takes the magnetic property of such and such and such. So basically, boom, I just hit you with the planet. And Superman gets knocked out. That's Batman Superman, issue number 5. If you don't own that comic book, you cannot call yourself a comic book fan, bruh. You can't. Oh my God, it's one of the most amazing issues ever. And that was when Lex Luthor was the president, all that good stuff. Dude, it was amazing. Public Enemies. That was the Public Enemies. Actually, you know what? They made a movie on that, the animated movie. Justice League, yeah, whatever. The thing, the Public Enemies. Ah, it was amazing. Oh yeah, Terrence is all over that. Nice. One Injustice be a cool movie as well. Yes, yes, it would. And I don't know why they haven't done that. It doesn't make sense to me. I wish there was a more prominent werewolf character in comics. I agree. Werewolf by Night should be the one. You know what I'm saying? Like they've got Man-Wolf with Jameson doing that. Like I don't understand why they're not doing more with the werewolf characters. I think that they'd be good. Also, I need to see more of Dracula just being Dracula. I haven't liked Dracula as much since he's been like in charge of the vampire council and blah 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 blah. Dude, I need to see Dracula just go into a straight purge and just tear up the vampires in the world and just start all over again, baby. That's what I need. Um, let's see. Animated, yep, it's a movie. The best lines were "Hello, sunshine," and "That was my best friend," and you just killed it. Seeing a dark Superman done right would be terrifying. You mean like Brightburn? Yeah, that would be. That looked like a horror movie when I first saw it. And that's it. Nobody's got anything else to say. Ugh. Oh, Deuce Imperium, what's going on? Welcome to the channel if you're new. MCU Dracula. See now, dude, with an MCU Dracula, that's also something that needs to be done as a TV series. That needs to be episodic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see a movie with MCU Dracula. I need to see episodic. And it could even be like, remember like the Friday the 13th, not the Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series? Because they had the Friday the 13th TV series, which wasn't that good to me. They never had Jason in it once. But and they had some good episodes, but it didn't have Jason in it at all. But the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series, yeah, I'm old. I'm going way back when. They actually had Freddy Krueger hosting it, and every so often they actually had a Freddy Krueger episode. One of them actually even gave his origin, where he was regular old Robert Englund. Yes, it was Robert Englund playing him, and they showed where he got chased down by everybody, the townsfolk on Elm Street, and they cornered him and they burnt him alive in the boiling room. Woo! Like that was amazing. But if they did something like that, where it's Dracula talking about some of the greatest horror, movies ever, basically like the Crypt Keeper, right, from Tales of the Crypt. If they did something like that, or like a Creep Show, Stephen King Creep Show, dude, this is what I'm talking about. Feige needs to get on this, baby. I want to see Dracula hosting this, and every so often have a Dracula episode. And this is where they could introduce Moon Knight in this if they needed to, but they can introduce Werewolf by Night. They can introduce Vampire by Night while we're talking about it. They can introduce the entire Night Shift. They can introduce Shroud. I wouldn't mind seeing Gravedigger. Like all of these guys, dude, they could really go deep. You could do a Fin Fang Foom. You could do the original Groot. You can do all of these amazing old, like the stuff that Surfer was just talking about. You could have all of these guys in here, and it would be amazing. God, yes. So, like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Shoot, that was the greatest idea ever. Have Dracula in the MCU, but yes, in the TV series instead. That would be the best. Um, what do you call? Hey, Gerald, what's going on? Somebody else just showed up too. I missed the name. Troublemaker Comics, what's up? A Marvel horror anthology, precisely, precisely. Oh, you could have more. Oh no, you can't have Morbius because unfortunately he belongs to Spider-Man. That movie's probably gonna suck. But anyway, I'd like to see the Exiles live action show. That could be cool. Yes, Disney Plus Tales for the Crypt hosted by Dracula. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. And of course, you got to have Blade show up. And listen, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. You got Old Man Logan. You got Old Man Hawkeye. You got Old Lady Harley. You got Old Man Quill. You got all these old man things that they do. How about Old Man Blade and bring back Dr. Wesley Snipes? Because hell's to the yes. Even if he just appears once, and he's got to appear more than once, but even if he just appeared once, dude, like my heart would cry with joy and excitement because, like I said, man, there would be no MCU, there would be no Spider-Man, there would be no X-Men movies if it wasn't for Blade. Like aside from the what do you call it, the Richard Donner Supermans and the Michael Keaton Batmans, Blade came out of nowhere. And people were like, wait, that's a comic book movie? That's a comic book movie? And the only thing I could say was, I'm glad they got rid of the afro and the bomber jacket and the wooden stakes across it, because that's actually a really cool version of Blade right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that's what I'm talking about. You got to have Old Man Blade. Like that. Oh, man. Yo, how come Marvel isn't on this? Hire me, Marvel. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll even play the part of Dracula. I'm 6'5", scary, sexy, and evil, man. I would let go of the beard for that. I would, you know what? That's what I would let y'all see my jaw. I would let y'all see my chin, so I could play Dracula. Dude, that would be amazing. I would love to do that. I'd probably be smiling too much, but I had the fangs, so it still looked cool. Anyway, just dude, oh man, Marvel needs to do that. Like, forget about the Universal monsters. That Dark Universe failed, right? Nah, this is what I need to see, baby. Are they still doing Falcon and Bucky? Yes, they are still going to do that. Where do they? Why when they're doing that to begin with? I don't know what that second sentence means. Why were they doing that to begin with? I just think it'll be cool. It's a great way to see who will wield the shield and how they're going on with it. We'll have to see. I'm sure it's going to lead to something. Plus, remember, Feige, since it's going to be in the Disney Plus, that means Feige's going to have something to do with that, which means that he can more easily tie them into the thing that Feige said about, even on ABC, Agents of Shield and Agent Carter. Even though Disney does own ABC, it's completely different people doing it. So trying to get these things arranged so that the movies can, like it was easy for the TV show to every so often have like, oh yeah, Nick Fury, Colonel Fury, you're welcome. I was happy to pull that. Um, that helicarrier out of mothballs for you. It was my pleasure, sir. You remember when that happened in Avengers 2, Age of Ultron? Yeah, that was cute and all, but the movie didn't acknowledge the TV show because they couldn't tell like what they were going to do with it. It was too hard to work both. But if Feige's in charge of them both, he can easily just say, "Yeah, make sure you do such and such and such and write this in such and such." He can direct all of that stuff, put it on his flow chart and it'll be great so you can actually have real. So I'm sure that they'll do something like that. Blade 1 and 2 don't get the love they deserve. Damn right they don't, and it's a shame. I wish Captain Marvel would come to the MCU, but they threw away that opportunity. I don't think they threw that opportunity away by having it actually be the excuse me the oh, for crying out loud, the Supreme Intelligence. I don't think they threw that away at all. They like how easy would it be for them to just turn right around and say, "Oh, yeah, they actually based that off of a real legend," and then right away Carol Danvers could have a problem with Marvell showing up as like, oh, apparently your was based on the such and such and such, and they just changed it to try and get into my head and things like that. It's like, yeah, but I have nothing to do with that. In fact, and then he's got the nega bands, and he's not as powerful as her. He was never as powerful as she is, but I think that could be amazing. He's still more skilled. He's more in control of his powers. And especially, they really show that she doesn't know how to use her powers very well. Uber powerful, no control over it. Awesome. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see him actually start training her. Like, there's so many opportunities to do something like that. Introducing Janice Vale. Yes, agreed. They could do a whole bunch of things like that. Marvel male clone. Nah, I don't want to see a male clone. I want to see that they based that idea of the female off of the actual Marvel. I'd like to see him appear soon. All of that, yes, it would be amazing. Plus, they're going to be in space. Why not? Um, okay, so you know what? That's an hour and 16 minutes. And I don't know if you guys noticed this or not. I've got some pizza here that I've been waiting to nibble on, and the other half of my hot chocolate. Today's my cheat day. Today's my cheat. I'm back to the whole cheat day thing. I still do the potato diet, but yes, reading something about Henry Cavill possibly playing Captain Britain. We've been suggesting that for about 2 years now. And yes, I would love to see something like that. That would be amazing, Gerald. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna get to my Phyla-Vell, the twins, male and female. Yeah, because they're both twins. In fact, they're like the genus and the phylus. That's what they were basing those two names off of. They're like that's the way that you separate species. You have the phylus and you have the genus of the species. So it would be like Canis lupus, Canis domesticus. Saying like that's how you separate the species and whatnot from the breeds, so to speak. So yeah, that's why they made them the twins and gave them those names. Um, One final change or chance. Um, his contract is over with, so that's done. So they'd have to make a special contract for him. I don't see especially since they did that thing at the end of what you call it, Shazam. I don't think they're going to bring him back. But even if they did, no, no, I'm going to disagree with you, Angry Burp TV. Having him as Wonder Man would not be great. I'd rather see him as Captain Britain. What I actually want to see is what they were planning on doing originally. What the heck is his name from Firefly? They were going to have him play Captain Simon Williams as Wonder Man. I can't remember his name right now. I know his name. Crap. But he was the captain on Firefly. They were going to have him. Where's Scott Fitzgerald? Throw his name in there. Nathan Fit, and it's Scott Fitzgerald. It's Scott Fitzgerald who points it out. Yes, Nathan Fillion first. I see you guys coming up next. You just weren't as fast, man. You weren't as fast. Capitalizing and everything. Anyway, yes, exactly. Here's a thought on everybody's opinion. Red Line from DC Comics. If Christopher Priest is going to write it, yeah, absolutely. I think that he did. He's probably got my favorite version of Black Panther, and he did Red Line because there was certain things he wasn't allowed to do with him, so he created Black Lion for DC Comics. I would um I would love to see something like that, and there's definitely a call for it. You know what I'm saying? It's Christopher Priest. As long as he's willing to do an actual speaking tour for it, yeah, I think that they can absolutely drum up some support, and just ride off of Disney's success with Black Panther. Why not? I tend to like the darker characters. I'm the man in the chair. Professor, how are you, Brett? Hey, what's up, Brett Hessart? Haven't seen you in a while. You missed me just about to say goodbye, but there's about an hour and 20 minutes worth of rewind that you can get. So anyway, I am going to see you guys later. I got some food, and yeah, I allowed almost an hour and a half to come in between me and my food. So I will talk to you guys later. Too powerful for the MC. Oh, now you're doing. I still see the. I don't watch his videos, but I still see the side things. That's one of the things that what's his name used to always do. Rob used to always do. They're too powerful for the MCU. Ain't nobody too powerful for the MCU. Anyway, so I'll see you all later, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.